everybody. Welcome to When Calls the Hallmarkies. And this is a show where we're talking about When Calls the Heart. And we are halfway through season 13. Unbelievable. And we're talking about episodes 4 and 5 of season 13. And we're going to dive into it. It's going to be super fun. I am film critic Rachel Wagner, and Caroline's here.
Hey y'all.
How's it going?
It's going good. I can't believe
Does it get a lot of snow in your part of the
we
world?
we did. It's crazy. Like we never get any sort of like winter weather. The last 2 weekends we've had ice and snow.
Yeah. That's what really gets you back in that part of the world is the ice, not as much the snow.
Yeah.
That's what will cancel school and everything because it doesn't matter how good a driver you are. If it's ice, forget it.
They've already announced here that there's going to be another e-learning day for the public school for tomorrow. So,
and now they have the e-learning day, but when I was a kid, you would sit by, I mean, this makes me sound like a million years old, but it is true. We would sit by the radio in the morning.
Radio.
Because that's where they would announce it. And I'm sure they did on like the local news. But anyway, that's where we would hear it was on the radio. We wait to hear Frederick County Schools. And we'd be like, yes.
We would, my mom was a teacher, so we would know before everybody else. But like we would call our friends like no school like before it went on like TV like the stuff. So it was. I just remember always like
it's fun having a day off that's scheduled. That's of course fun, but it's even more fun having an unscheduled day off.
Yeah,
like surprise. And
I'm like I'm so glad I'm done with school now. Like ever since COVID because of all the e-learning and stuff. I'm like. These kids, bless them, they don't get us true.
They don't get true snow day.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have some very fond memories. My mom making brownies and playing Monopoly. I feel like the Monopoly or Risk, those are like the two games that are like snow day games.
Yeah, that's true. Because you can,
you know what I mean? Because they're long. You know, but yeah, good times. But anyway, of course, we're not having hardly any snow here in Utah.
That's funny. Like, so we got about 5 inches, and so that's a lot for us.
In Salt Lake proper, so not up in the mountains, but we've I think had 1 inch this entire winter. 1 inch of accumulation.
So South Carolina's had more than Utah, or your area of Utah. That's wild.
Yeah, and our motto is literally the greatest snow on earth.
That's funny.
Not this year, that's for sure. But good thing we don't have the Olympics this year.
Oh, that's true.
32, because it would be bad. It would be a bad situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess like a lot of the Winter Olympics are in buildings, you know, but still, it would be a problem. All those skiing and snowboarding, you know.
That's true. I never thought about that.
Yeah. But anyway, well, we're talking about Hope Valley, and how do you feel about season 13 so far?
I think I really enjoying it so far. It feels more community feel this year, and like it reminds me of like the earlier seasons. And I like the pacing so far. Like everybody has a good storyline. It's like I don't feel like there's any filler storylines yet. And I know we're early, but
yeah, I agree. Actually, I think it's been a pretty good season of When Calls the Heart. All the characters have gotten pretty equal time. There's not like one plot or one character that you're like, oh, this, this one again. I mean, I do wish they hadn't wrapped up the insulin storyline so quickly, because I thought that was interesting and because it was historically relevant. That was a really good one. I kind of wish they had kept that going, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty pleased, and I do think this Gwendolyn has been really good, and so that's a win. And Maisie's fun, so I think overall the Benson Hill edition has been good. So
I agree.
So we have our episode 4 is Until Proven Guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Elizabeth organizes a community-wide surprise party for Oliver's birthday while Lee launches a new business. That's not true. So this is a false summary. Allie organizes community-wide surprise party for
Mm-hmm.
Oliver's birthday while Lee launches a new business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lee has
So
all the businesses in Hope Valley.
yeah, he really does. Like it was so funny when he's like that when I think it's Maisie's like, well, you've got the lumber yard and your mayor and your
Mm-hmm.
listing them off. I'm like, don't you know, Maisie, that everybody in Hope Valley has 5 jobs?
Yes, that's a requirement.
It's a requirement. In fact, I mean, really, Elizabeth needs to get back to her writing because she's slacking off
I
at this
know.
point.
I mean, just one job.
Just one job plus being a mom. That's not
Mm-hmm.
that's not going to cut it
No.
in Hope Valley. But we start out the episode. We have the boys confessing their fire to Bill and Nathan, and them telling that basically they're going to need a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised they didn't just immediately bring Edie into this situation. Don't you think that's going to be
Yeah.
the solution?
Yeah, but then they said, because she's involved, like she's affected
Oh,
that.
she's involved. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Yeah. But I feel like she's gonna be
I
helpful
think
in
so.
some
I think
way.
so.
Yeah, with
Mm-hmm.
this
She has to
situation.
be.
I am kind of bummed that they didn't just go with McGinty being an evil guy because I
Mm-hmm.
liked my sniveling evil villain type, and he
Mm-hmm.
was he was really good at that. I didn't need a redemption arc for him at all, and I definitely
Yeah.
didn't need one so fast.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling though that this we're gonna get a pretty good villain. Like
You think
they
this is
no not
false?
not McGinty, but somebody like a because somebody posted a picture and it was like the rap party or not rap party but rap day,
Uh-huh.
and there were like there was a pretty good villain in the clip. So
Oh, in the
I'm
clip, huh?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Well, they seem to be setting it up. We'll talk about it more in the next episode. So Christopher is definitely
mm-hmm.
involved in some way, which, I don't know. He was like, to me, McGinty is a fun, sniveling, over the top,
Yeah.
mustache twirling villain. And I would have
Mm-hmm.
just sort of leaned into that. You don't need to make everybody a good person. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Oliver, he's turning 18.
Yes.
Yes. And they're really building up this chemistry between Allie and Oliver. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I think it's so cute. I
It
love
is really
seeing
cute. Yeah, I
Allie and
agree.
Oliver
Yeah.
and Jada and Jacob look like they have good chemistry. So I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah. And I'm hopeful that we'll have Jada on the pod. She wanted to come. We've been talking, but she wanted to come in later. I guess she has, some big episodes coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting. And so hopefully that will be happening. They did one of those podcaster junkets, but I couldn't attend that one. That was the only one that I couldn't attend with that had Jacob and Jada. But I hope people enjoyed that. I did get to talk to Miranda in one of those, and I it was nice. That one was nice because there were only, I think, 6 of us,
Mm-hmm.
so it was like a little bit smaller
Mm-hmm.
than some of the other suites. Got asked 3 questions, and it was also nice because it was pretty inside baseball talking
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
when calls the heart. Like it was, everybody there was I think a pretty big fan, a follower, recapper, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Hardy should, if you haven't listened to that one and you're like, oh, another podcast junket, even if you don't listen at ours, if you listen to one of the others, that's fine. But I think that one was pretty. I think a Hardy's will particularly really enjoy it because we went.
I enjoyed it. She's
Yeah,
really
yeah, it
funny.
was good, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fun. So that's and it's cool to see. I appreciate that the One Calls the Heart actors seem really invested in the show, you know, like
Yeah.
I mean, you would hope that would be the case, but sometimes when you talk to people in these like TV movies or whatever, like you can kind of tell when they're, and it's a job and we all have those jobs that it's just a job, and we're not super invested in, but everybody
Mm-hmm.
in One Calls the Heart that I've talked to seems very like committed and invested and thoughtful about the
I,
show and their
I
characters and
agree.
you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
I agree.
So
And it
yeah.
and it shows up on screen.
Yeah, it does. I think it does. Yeah, it adds something to what
Mm-hmm.
might be like just a total fluff show,
Yeah.
that it has such a good cast. I think
Mm-hmm.
helps a lot. Ho, ho, ho. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcasts, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/Hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies. Okay, so Lucas apologizes to Edie.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still mad at him about missing, the meeting.
And I don't understand why she's so mad. Like he was trying. Like and he got there late but he was trying.
I think because she was embarrassed.
Yeah.
And so I think she was kind of
that's true. I didn't think about that.
On him.
That's true.
Like she and he should have just said he should have, first of all, two things. He should have told her that there might be something coming up. This is literally a state of emergency that the town's in still.
That's true.
With Benson Hill and everything, and he's the governor. But also, he should have sent her a note. Sent somebody over there with a note saying, "Hey, I'm in this, whatever. I'm really sorry." Like he could have easily done that.
Mm-hmm. But the chemistry though, when the argument that was really good.
Yeah. So that's what I liked too, is that she was getting mad and they're getting closer, and I really like this couple. I really
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
It's good. And how do you think that it compares to like Lucas and Elizabeth, Lucas and Edie? What do you think?
I like that he's so unsure about this with Edie. He's not as confident because he was confident like right off the bat with Elizabeth. Like the first moment they met, like he was like, you're pretty. And he wanted to know more. But this one's more of a push and pull, like, and I like that a lot.
Good point.
They seem to really like bounce off each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. So
it's different. It's different enough that people can't compare the two.
Yeah.
Just like Elizabeth and Nathan, in my opinion.
So Gwendolyn, she's becoming quite the woodworker.
I love that.
Yeah, that was really cute. She makes this whole house for
Goldie.
And yeah, they're becoming a very cute little family.
Is it bad of me? Is it sad? Or am I a horrible person that to hope that's like something that she has to stay? Like,
well, yeah, it's like you don't want something bad to happen to her dad, but
yeah, but I love their dynamic. Yeah,
yeah. No, I agree. It's really cute. And
I am a nice person, y'all. I promise.
Yes, I can confirm that.
Yeah.
So then we have a lot of gossiping going on amongst the school kids, schoolhouse about the fire. about what's going on. and so it's a lot for Elizabeth to try to navigate with those
Yeah.
kids.
Bless her heart. She's having to keep Toby and Cooper from like getting hurt, but like keep them from
Yeah.
like it's a lot.
Well, like Toby and Cooper are planting all these trees. I'm like, where would they have possibly gotten those trees?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's ridiculous,
I
but
guess the
okay.
Yost, because they in the next episode they were talking to Ned about the new shipment or whatever of trees. So maybe they were just planning it with Ned this whole time.
Oh, maybe. Well, they have so Lee has a whole bunch of trees,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know where the boys would have gotten them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe Ned helped them out, maybe. So we find out this is when we find out that McGinty is burying his cat.
That
And
was the funniest thing,
that
Mr. Mittens.
oh yeah, Mr. Mittens. And so I guess I mean, so you think that he really is, oh, you don't think it's him, you think it's somebody else.
No, I think it's somebody else. I think it's
No.
somebody with the electric company.
Oh.
Maybe not Henry's son, like, but
Well,
he
why would it
knows.
benefit the electric company to burn down the national park?
I
There
don't
would
know if it's
actually be
like,
motivation to McGinty to do it.
mm-hmm. Maybe it was an accident that the electric company, and they're trying to hide that it was. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. I mean, but then they show Christopher with there's something going on with those rocks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The
So I'm
cement.
not sure what that is all about,
Mm-hmm.
what's going on, but we'll find out next week.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have so Minnie, she's getting really, really worried.
Oh.
She's jarring up jam, doing those kinds of things, trying to try to pay for all of this. If you know,
Mm-hmm.
even just the lawyers, very expensive.
Mm-hmm. And poor Cooper. Like he,
Oh,
I love that scene. I mean,
because they don't want Angela to have to come home from school.
mm-hmm. Like the last few years, it seems like Minnie and Joseph haven't had as big of a storyline, like
Uh-huh.
season long, and I'm really enjoying this year that they have a big storyline.
Yeah, it's
So,
true. When I was talking with Coven, he said that they had set up originally Joseph and Lee to be friends, but they
mm-hmm,
never have any scenes together. So I was happy to
mm-hmm,
see in this episode that they have a scene together.
yeah, mm-hmm. I hope they have
Because
more.
yeah, because he was saying like never did two friends spend so little time together.
I know.
So then we have that he says so they say yeah, gossip is always worse than the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the town meeting with Nathan. Benson Hills people are upset. And Elizabeth says, when you came here, we became a community.
I love
So,
that.
yeah. And Cooper, he like tries to leave. And that's when he says, you are known and you are loved.
I love that.
Oh, that
And I
was
watched
really
a different interview. It was with Allie Deborah, the writer, on the When Calls the Heart
uh-huh.
like Facebook page, like
Yeah.
podcasts and stuff. And she said that she wrote Cooper's lines and Joy Gregory wrote Minnie's lines
Oh,
because
interesting.
Joy's a mom and Allie like
Uh,
she has a sister with disabilities and stuff, and so she understands about Cooper. And I thought that was really sweet how they wrote that together.
that is very sweet. Then we have Hickam talking to Maisie.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, so that was pretty good. We all flourish
Dennis.
if we have our own space. You're not the
Mm-hmm.
mayor here. But then he invites her to Oliver's birthday party. People follow you and always have. Show a little community spirit.
I love that. And he was so
So
nervous about it. And then walking away, he said, May, I did it. Like
yeah, that was cute. I like that too.
Ben is so funny.
I really like that. I mean, I've always liked them as a couple, but even as a
Mm-hmm.
married couple, they've been great.
Mm-hmm.
Really
I need
good.
more of
I
them.
know. I know. So then this is when we have the talk between Joseph and Lee
Mm-hmm.
in the church house, and uh, it's just it's so hard to embrace the unknown, and that is so true.
That is true.
It's the hardest thing.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a very patient person, but especially when you're a freelancer, like so much of my life is out of my control. I could try my, obviously there's some things that are in my control, but I obviously who listens, who doesn't listen is in the end out of my control. And
Mm-hmm.
also like I could go to my email right now and there would be an amazing sponsor offer, or it could take 2 months to get another one in, and
Mm-hmm.
despite trying the same efforts, that's the hard part about being in freelancer sales of any kind, is it's just the unknown is hard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a tricky thing. And so then we have Lucas, and he says he's running for re-election.
Mm-hmm.
He promises to rebuild Benson Hills within a year.
Lofty
And
goals, Lucas.
yeah, and he says that are they gonna be raising taxes?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the tricky part about raising taxes is that then there's less capital for people to invest in their community, and so you have to be confident that those taxes will be spent economically, which so often
Mm-hmm.
isn't the case with government.
That's
And
true.
so that's why it's very, frustrating a lot of times, when that's why people, I mean, nobody likes paying taxes, but why especially some people get very upset about increases in taxes, because I think most people understand that of course we have to fund the government
Mm-hmm.
somehow, but it is very frustrating when you see so much taken out, especially if you're a small business owner like I am. Self-employed is brutal because you pay
Mm-hmm.
your regular taxes plus a self-employment tax.
Oh
um
wow.
yeah, I mean, you're technically not, like, there's not more taxes being paid, but you're responsible for the taxes that your employer normally pays. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's an additional a lot
Oh
to
yeah.
what you owe. So that can be very, very frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I mean, it's a very tricky thing with governing, that you have to both pay for the government, but then you also have to give people the reassurance that money is being spent wisely and
Yeah.
effectively. And so often government doesn't do that, and that's what makes people
No.
angry.
Mm-hmm. And
So that's what
Edwin
Lucas is up against here.
Edwin's facial expressions when Lucas was talking was so funny. Like,
Yeah.
like he was excited, and then he's like, kind of like, no, 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 like don't say that. And it was,
Well, yeah, because you don't want to
I
bring
think,
up taxes, but if
yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
rebuild an entire town, that's going to be very expensive,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
I might be in the minority, but I really do love Edwin, and I hope he continues to stay around.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't 100% trust him.
Mm-hmm.
There's something sort of fishy about him still.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think he would have been a good one if they picked him to be the villain. I think he would have been
Yeah.
fun. But yeah, no, it's a fun performance, a good performance. I like it. I like it
Mm-hmm.
too.
Hey, this is David from the Piecing It Together podcast, a podcast about movies and the movies that inspire them. For over 4 years each week, a guest and I take a look at a new movie through the lens of what other movies we think were either an influence or connect in some other way. It's a fun, unique way to discuss films that leads to a great list of other movies to check out that either explore the same themes and ideas or maybe utilize similar filmmaking techniques. Including special episodes in our side series that twist the format, we've done over 200 episodes, so there's bound to be one on a film you've been thinking about and want to dig deeper into. So check us out on all the major podcasting apps and at piecingpod.com.
I mean, I guess if you think about it, so if they rebuild Benson Hills, then you'd have all the people going back and contributing to that community and paying taxes, and so it's all about kind of long-term expenses versus short-term expenses versus everything kind of like that. Because obviously, if they are kind of refugees in Hope Valley, they're not contributing. I mean, like financially to the government or to the, then.
That's
so
true.
Anyway, it's a hard thing. I mean, it's very, not that we shouldn't criticize our government. Of course we should, but it's obviously always very easy to it's easy to criticize
Monday
leadership.
morning.
It's a lot harder to lead. It's
Monday
a lot
morning
harder to
quarterbacking.
lead. But anyway, so that's the challenge that they have. Maisie's, pretty skeptical, and frustrated. But then she says that she talks and with everybody and goes to the birthday party. So that was like a big moment for her.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love Nathan's like, no one from Benson Hills, and Elizabeth kind of like punches him, and then all of a sudden they all come around, and then the rest of the town people come. I thought that was really sweet.
Do you think that Allie is being phony about like not realizing that do you think she genuinely doesn't realize that that something's developing between her and Oliver, or do you think that she's putting that up as like a front?
I think she knows.
Yeah, I would think so, but it is, I guess, her first time. The way she's like, who said anything about love, and all this stuff, and I'm like, come on, Allie.
Because the way she was fixing her hair and making sure
right?
She knows. And when he put the little pin on, that was so cute.
I think it's kind of like once you sort of put it out there, then all of a sudden you're more open for disappointment. If you pretend like it's kind of like I have a job prospect that I really want, and but I think I'm very qualified and I should get it. I think I'm going to get it. I think it's likely I'll get it, but I can't 100% say I am going to get it. First of all, because that's completely out of my control. And second of all, it would be so much more disappointing if I let myself go that far down, you know? So I just like, I have no idea. And I don't. So it's accurate. But I feel like, I don't know. I've got to, come on, Allie. There's no way you're not feeling or getting vibes.
I think it's kind of like it's different talking to your dad about a guy that you like than when she's talking with Elizabeth. She's kind of more open about talking about Oliver and stuff, and who really wants to talk to their dad about
at this point
love.
Though, I'll be really annoyed if they just kind of are like, oh, we're just friends, and they don't give some kind of payoff with Allie and Oliver.
I think we will
this season. I need something, I feel like. And so she's
I think it will happen.
If this season it ends with, oh, I don't like you that way, I'll be a little irritated.
The way Jade is talking, it sounds like something will happen towards the end.
Well, it makes me think, because when we were setting up the interview, she was like, oh, we want to do it after, I think it was episode 8.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so she wants to do it later in the season. So something is happening later. So hopefully we'll be able to make that happen. But Maisie ends up coming to the birthday party. And so everybody else from Benson Hills comes, and that's a nice,
I love that. Hope Valley
nice
way.
moment. And then he gets presents for every birthday he missed, which was very
that was
sweet.
So sweet.
It's very sweet.
And everyone helping decorate. That was just so cute. Yeah.
And then Oliver leaves to go get Cooper and Toby, which was very, very sweet, very sweet. And so then Maisie says, even an old mayor like me has made plenty of mistakes.
I love that.
And she gives Oliver a tie.
Hickham's tie.
Yeah. She likes the blue tie on Hickam. That's good.
I like the red tie.
Yeah.
I love when she talked about babysitting. And do you remember back in season 10 when Allie like thought she lost little Jack, and
Oh, yeah.
that little nod that Elizabeth, gave
It's
to
a good
her? That was
memory. I
cute.
forgot completely about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Yeah. So then we have uh, that, let's see here. Oliver says it's the best party I've ever had.
Oh,
And then Allie gives him the poetry book.
that was so
and
sweet.
and he gives her the wolf pin.
Mm-hmm.
Was all very, very sweet. And like honestly, at this point, she's literally giving him poetry. I feel like and throwing this big party. If they get to the point where he makes a move and she's like, "Oh, we're only just friends," I'll be like, "Come on, Allie." Like you're if that was the case, then she's sending way mixed messages
Mm-hmm.
to poor Oliver. So I hope it's not the
And
case.
and this is another like Hardy I noticed the poetry book that Emerson was the same Emerson book that Elizabeth gave to her in season 6.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, good catch. That's very
Mm-hmm.
good. And so, but they did have a long look,
Mm-hmm. And when he
a
put the
rom
pin on
com
her,
long. Yes,
yeah,
it was good. And Nathan sees it, and
I
I
know.
like that.
Poor dad.
Uh, and then he says to Elizabeth, "I'm proud to be on our team, to have you on our team, Elizabeth Thornton."
Mm-hmm.
It
That
was
was sweet.
very, very sweet, very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So then Lee and Rosemary apologized to McGinty and they offered to help him build his cabin back up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they give him a new kitten,
I
which
love
is
the little kitten.
very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Loss always comes with a hidden gift.
I like
That's
that.
a very sweet Calls the Heart
Mm-hmm.
message. Very, very nice.
I have
Okay.
3 cat. I have 3, and I want a kitten now because of.
Yeah. Yes, it was very, very sweet.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, Hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies.
So then we have Growing Pains is episode 5. Evidence comes to light that shifts the fire investigation. Elizabeth and her classroom start a project that will impact the territory for generations to come.
Mm-hmm.
So we have little Jack with his dad's medal to be brave. That was so sweet.
That was so cute.
That. And he says, "I'm not little anymore." He wants to be called LJ.
LJ. As soon as that happened, I'm like, oh my God. Like,
that was sweet. That was very, very sweet.
But it's kind of funny, like, Hardys call him LJ, like, all the time.
Do?
Yeah, like, everyone's like, LJ, LJ. And, so it's kind of funny that that's
made
what
it
he
official.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he goes by LJ, that people will think that his first name starts with
Mm-hmm.
L.
Mm-hmm.
But
a good family friend of mine, like, he still is called like little Fraser, and like he's like
really?
40. Yeah, so
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my dad, his name is JB because John Bradley, because he was John Bradley Wagner Jr. is his official name, and my grandpa actually went by Brad. It was his name, but yeah, they always called my dad JB, so And so then we have that they're going to do a restoration of the Benson Hill Town Hall and Theater, because we didn't mention it, but Lee says that he's going to start Leyland Coulter Construction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Coulter Construction, which I kind of already thought was a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
But it's just been lumber, I guess, so far.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're going to be like taking on projects, and made me think: have we had anybody in Hope Valley who's been an architect?
We haven't.
Like,
well, I take that back. Back in season 5, I promise you, I watched other shows besides When Calls Off. I just have a good
no, but
memory.
I feel like there's somebody who was an architect.
Someone Carson, the Pascal, not Pascal, Lord, Rosemary's Friend comes to Hope Valley in season 5 or season 4. I can't remember. I just remember it was season 5, and she was a female architect, and she kind of had that a little thing with Carson for a couple episodes and then left. Allie Liebert played her.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see here.
Sophia, I think was her name.
Yes, you're so good. Unbelievable.
Me and my friends did a rewatch of the whole series before. So
everybody was so traumatized by season 5 that they can't remember. Trained architect. I knew there was somebody.
mm-hmm.
Yes, we need to bring her back. That would be great.
That would be so fun. Just like,
that would be great
if they bring her back, because our Rosemary, that's her friend, so she can call her up and like, we need help.
Oh my gosh!
Now I want that to happen.
Yeah, trained architect.
Yeah, but she kind of had a thing with Carson.
She's working in San Francisco.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea. If you're listening, When Calls the Heart people, you're welcome.
Yes.
I know it's too late for season 13, but still. You could maybe have her in for season 14. She could come in with Abigail.
Yeah. Yes.
That would be great. Anyway, so yeah, Town Hall, end of the theater, and then they have Rosemary giving Gwendolyn overalls. That was so cute. I love that. That was really cute. And Lee, he's getting like super excited about all of these projects. Very, very, very impassioned about it, believes in it. And then you have Christopher inviting Gowan to be in his wedding.
Yes.
And then we also find out that the older kids are reading David Copperfield, and the younger kids are reading Wizard of Oz.
That was cute.
That was cute. I mean, David Copperfield, that's a pretty hard book. If you're going to do Dickens, I would think you would either go with Oliver Twist or you would go with A Tale of Two Cities. Those are aside from Christmas Carol, which that's not a full novel. But those two are a lot more accessible than David Copperfield.
We did Oliver Twist.
Yeah. That one. And I feel like that one has all of the themes that David Copperfield has, but it's way shorter. It's a lot shorter than David Copperfield. So here you go. Excuse me. That you got Elizabeth being super ambitious.
There you go.
And then, Wizard of Oz, that would be pretty new, I think. Let me see when Wizard of Oz was published. Wizard of Oz was first published in 1900. So it would be pretty new, for it only been a couple decades of, and it says it was widely distributed in September 1900.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So anyway, that is, I thought it was interesting because I've always wondered how they do that for one-room schoolhouses. Because all these different ages, they're all going to be at different levels, and
that's true.
I
like the younger kids read one, and then the older kids. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that was a nice moment to kind of give a little to flesh out the world a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. This is when you have Maisie asking about Lee and his 5 jobs.
Yeah, that was cute.
And make sure it's not Lee Coulter recovery, Benson Hill recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Oliver finding a fossil in the ash.
Yes.
Do you feel like this
That
is
was
going to
cool.
become more of a thing? Like, are there more fossils? Is it just going to be this one?
Maybe I never thought about that. Would be cool though if it is more.
It seems kind of weird that you would have just one random one.
Mm-hmm. Well, like Allie said, where there's a tooth, there's a jaw. So
yeah. So and then if they were to, but I'm trying to think of what would be the plot advantage to that. Like, what would they? Because it's already a national park, so if it has fossils, that would change nothing, right? I mean, unless they, I guess,
advance Oliver.
Ooh, oh, you mean he would end up having to leave?
No, I'm saying advance their relationship, like because they could work together, like finding
Oh,
more.
can work together. Yeah. Oh, I could see that. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if anything happens more with that.
And Bill going with them. That was so funny.
Yeah, that was good. And then you have Edie. She's going to rent out a room, I think, from Mike and May. Is that right?
Yeah.
And Lucas gives her his desk. So that becomes the thing.
They had a friends moment.
Yeah, they did. And Allie says to Oliver that you never have to leave now.
That was so cute.
It was very cute. And then
Nathan.
Cooper and Toby, they're tired of scheming. So they're going to be planting trees. And that was very sweet. And
I just love their friendship. It's just
it's nice. It's nice. So then Nathan says to Oliver, "You're a Mountie, and you need to prove to me that you're worthy of that responsibility." That was a loaded statement.
Yeah. How did he say it? You gotta I forget how he said it, but it reminded me of season 8 when he was like talking about the town, and it was basically talking about Elizabeth, and so like he was like using talking about protecting the people, like, and it was Allie. I'm like, poor Nathan.
You've got to prove to me, not just in a, because I mean, if you think about it, so Allie's graduating this year, and then I mean, there's no reason in this day and age why they wouldn't and couldn't get married. You know, I mean, sometimes they would wait until, like, for instance, in Anne of Green Gables, you know, like they get engaged, but they have a lot of years until they actually have until he's further enough in his career to they can get married. So that did happen, but it also wasn't uncommon to get married young. And back then, so it wouldn't be
there would be
crazy.
a revolt. There would be a revolt if Allie and Oliver relationship gets further along than Elizabeth and Nathan.
It's very slow. It just isn't reasonable for the time period, for the characters, for the like morality of the show. It makes no sense. Just get married.
I think it's gonna happen. Like they're teasing something big, and like everyone expects an engagement. But like,
you think next episode, or do you think it'll be the finale?
I think it's next. I think it's next episode.
You think the engagement will be next
engagement next episode? Because we haven't seen much.
They'll get married by the end of the season. Do you think?
I think so.
But all right, we want to hear from the listeners if you agree. I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna stretch it out.
Because they're saying something big is gonna happen, and they've already been teasing engagement since the beginning of the season. So we're expecting an engagement. So they're saying something big is gonna happen for Nathan and Elizabeth. So it has to happen
because we know that Charlotte's coming back for something.
Wedding.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense. That would make sense for a wedding.
Everyone assumes Abigail's coming for the wedding, but
Oh
maybe
my
she can come
gosh.
back for something else.
What
Baby,
could possibly a baby? Is that what you said?
yeah, for season 14.
Oh, 14. I'm like, there's no way we're getting a baby this season. That's not
No,
happening. Plus I think they will try everything to not have another baby on this set.
agree,
They'll do
yeah.
everything they can. um, but what could possibly I mean, I'm just thinking
They said
if they
Hardys are
tried
going to
to
be
like
happy.
if they tried to like excuse me. If they tried to end this season on some kind of cliffhanger with something either stopping the wedding or stopping the engagement, but like what could that possibly be?
I don't. I think it's going to end with a wedding, like, but I don't know.
I would not. I mean, but I wouldn't be surprised knowing what calls the heart and what they like to do,
Hmm.
especially with
I
Elizabeth
guess I trust the
romance.
writer. I trust the writers too much. I
Uh-huh.
guess.
Yeah.
But they said
But
something big.
did you notice though that Kevin McGarry, when I asked him about if he had the chance to ask, if Nathan had the chance to ask Jack a question, what would he
Mm-hmm.
ask?
Mm-hmm.
And
Could he go?
he said, you might end up seeing something like that.
He might go to the cemetery and
Oh, and then he'd be
ask.
there like a,
Yeah, ask for
be like a force
permission.
ghost. And oh, you don't watch
Yeah.
Star Wars, but there's like in Star Wars, there's force ghosts
Mm-hmm.
that people talk to. Could be like that.
He's gonna
Um,
ask for permission and
oh, that would be
propose.
nice. I would like
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
if they do that. I don't know. They're
I
gonna
could be
stretch it
totally
out, I
wrong.
think, but I
Har-
hope that I'm wrong because that
mm-hmm.
would be annoying. Let
Because they
us know what
released
you
some
think if you're
pictures.
listening.
It's Monday after episode 5, and they released the episode or pictures for episode 6, and there's some pictures out there that look
Ooh, let me
suspicious.
see. Moment of Truth is what it's called, the episode.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A familiar face returns and brings a fun new piece of technology with her. So that's Charlotte. It's got to be, right?
No, it's
Or Kayla.
Lord. No, it's Melissa Gilbert's character.
Georgie. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. New piece of technology with her, the polygraph. Nathan freezes when a playful line of questioning catches him off guard. Oh, that's right, because it's with the investigation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay. So the moment of truth, that is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see
If you see
here.
the
I'm seeing if I see
pictures.
those pictures. They've got a I see Nathan and Bill with the rocks. Looks like there's a new Mountie in one of
Mm-hmm.
them.
It's Michael Landon Jr.'s son.
Oh, oh, cool. Well, there we go. That will be
Could it
interesting.
happen?
Let's do
I
it.
might be
It's
wrong.
absurd at this point. It's absolutely absurd that it hasn't happened yet. Okay, where were we? Sorry, we got way off
Sorry,
track.
y'all.
So then we have, let's see here, Rosemary. Life wouldn't be an adventure without change.
Mm-hmm.
And Gwendolyn, she only wants her house to be rebuilt with a big crack in the window.
So sweet.
Because that was an important memory that she has. And then
She's such a good little actress.
yeah, she's really good. If you haven't watched our interview with Alex, she was excellent. Very, very, very charming.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Elizabeth to Allie. You are a very inspiring young woman and have inspired all of her.
Oh,
That was good. But then
she is the
Bill's
OG
going with
shipper.
them,
Mm-hmm.
fossil finding, which was
Mm-hmm.
cute. I like that.
Poor
I feel like
Oliver
they've
was
been
scared.
struggling to know kind of what to do with Bill.
Yeah.
I would imagine that Jack Wagner is not the cheapest actor. I would think that he would be one of the more expensive actors of the cast. I have no insider knowledge of that at all, but I would just think with his experience, I would think he would be one of the more expensive. So that's got to be a bit of a challenge for them to figure out what are we doing with him and his character.
I love seeing. I hope we see more with him with Oliver. That's fun.
It is. It's fun to see him with different groupings.
You
know. So then we have Miranda and Lucas, Edie and Lucas, the actress's name is Miranda. Then we have Edie and Lucas carrying the desk and Flomo giving the play-by-play, which was hilarious.
That was perfect.
I loved that. And they're still pretending they only talk about work. I mean, I would love to see Flomo's take on Oliver and Allie.
Yes.
That would be so funny. So, yeah, the more of that, the better. They're very, very, very good.
That's Flomo at their best. So,
yeah, I agree. And then that Lucas, he falls trying to move the desk. It's a disaster. It's
Pivot.
a mess. And then Nathan gets very upset with Allie because she's late. And I felt like they were kind of framing this as he's being unreasonable. I don't think that's unreasonable.
No.
If you have a curfew and your daughter is late to curfew, I don't think it's unreasonable to be upset. Like, you shouldn't be violent, of course, but that's the whole point of the curfew. That's why it exists. If you're not going to enforce it, you're just be like, oh, well, okay. Then,
and that's his little girl. So
yeah, I mean, I didn't think that he was being unreasonable. And I think it's completely reasonable for a parent to say to a child, just be where you say you'll be. That is very fair. And I don't feel like Elizabeth would have handled it much differently. I mean, she's not just going to let little Jack come in at any hour of the day.
Or Allie, for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in high school, we never really had a set curfew because we never were staying out late, Like, the only time that we would stay out late is if there was like a cast party or a field trip, or something unusual that everybody knew about, right? Something with church, maybe that might be late, but very rarely. That just wasn't something we did. When we lived in a small town, there wasn't a ton to do. We didn't have our own license. I didn't get my license till I was over 17. So I think that if it had become a problem and we were staying out then my parents would have installed a curfew. But there's no reason to preemptively create rules if it's not a problem. There's no reason to invite conflict if it's not a problem.
Agree.
Did you have a curfew?
We didn't we were always into sports and stuff, so we didn't have time to really, and we didn't stay out late when we did.
Yeah, that's I think smart parenting, in my opinion, is that kind of a way of managing it, especially teenagers. And there's no reason to invite trouble. It doesn't exist. But I don't know. I just felt like even the way they had him lit, like he was just like sitting there and all upset. And I'm like, I don't think that he's being unreasonable here. I really don't. So I was on Team Nathan. There. So Nathan says to Elizabeth, "You're always 3 steps ahead of me."
Oh.
And that Nathan was the one who started calling him LJ. That was so cute. I thought that was funny. And she's like, "Oh, you did it. It's your fault."
Yeah. But that probably made her love it even more. Like, okay, we'll call you LJ.
That's funny. So then she says, "Between the two of us, we are doing all right." So that was nice. And then Lee has a heart attack. Well, they think it's a heart attack. It's actually maybe an anxiety attack of some kind. But yeah, the 5 jobs is getting to him.
Yeah. And
Multiple
I
jobs.
understand. Yeah.
And Faith is like, you need to stop with this. This is ridiculous. You need to stop with this. This is ridiculous. Because he's having a panic attack.
And he played that well.
I think so too. Yeah, he was. It was a good little bit of acting from Coven. And then we have Christopher and Gowan going bird hunting.
Yes.
And this is when later on you see that there's the chips, those stones. I don't know, what are those? I'm confused.
I said it was concrete.
It's something with the fire, right? And the fact they found all those chips, it has something to do with the person who lit the fire, right?
I think so, yeah.
But I don't know what would chips of like, it looked like asphalt or something.
Yeah.
But that would have to do with fire. What would that have to do with fire?
I don't know.
So I'm a little confused there, but I'm sure we'll find out. But it's something. So then you have Edie bringing Lucas flowers.
That was sweet.
I was wrong about the impressions I had of you. I regret my past words.
Oh.
And Lucas, perhaps we can call it even. And Edie, I like spending time with you.
Oh.
Lucas, I was hoping I could convince you to move back into the office. And then Edie, I might find that a bit distracting.
I was so glad she said something. I was like,
that was really good. Yeah. Have Lee and the family and everybody going to plant the saplings to help with Cooper and Toby. Sweet. And then Nathan says to Oliver that with the sapling, that is something special. I'm happy it's in your hands.
It was so sweet.
No, it was very sweet. And then Joseph says to Cooper, sometimes good ripples out and it touches everybody.
I love that.
And I think that is like such a Hope Valley. That's such a what calls the heart, statement.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Yeah. And so then this is where we find Gowan finding the chips and the carrot from Christopher. So he's very suspect. So there we go. That is the end of the episode. Another really solid episode. And we'd be very curious what you think. What do if you're listening, what do you think as far as what's going on with Allie and Oliver? What's going on with everything with Lucas and Edie? Is Elizabeth and Nathan, are they going to get engaged next episode? What's your prediction? If they do get engaged in the next episode, maybe we ought to do a standalone recap of that episode.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Because we usually do 2 episodes, but I feel like we would need an engagement recap. So we'll commit to doing that if that does indeed happen.
Yes.
So there we go. Well, let us know what you think, and make sure to check out all of our When Calls the Heart content. We have interviews, we have recaps of every episode, I think, past season 4, I think is where we started. So we've got all of that, and we would love you to check that out. And Caroline, where can people find you?
On Twitter at MetaCarolineR and Instagram Hallmarkies Caroline 3.
Great. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. So check that out. Also, make sure you're following the podcast at Hallmarkies Pod, Hallmarkies Podcast, all over social media. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. We really appreciate that. We also have our Patreon group, which is the biggest way you can support everything that we are doing. And you get to be part of cool experiences like we're going to have in February. We're going to have our friend Nina Wyman is going to be joining us for Q&A. She's writer extraordinaire and longtime friend of the podcast. So that is going to be our guest for February, and anybody in the patron at any level can participate in those activities. And we have ad-free versions of the podcast that you can listen to as a patron. So please check that out, and check out the merch store. We've got lots of cool Valentine's merch at the merch store, so you definitely want to check that out, and all things Hardee's. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.